Welcome to Refuel with Jennifer Ballou. Join Jennifer for a time to recharge, refresh, and refuel your heart and soul. Here's your host, Jennifer Ballou.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am so happy to have you here with me on Refuel this week. So, I feel like I say this every week. Maybe I should stop. I'm going to try not to butcher this today, but we're going to talk a little bit about music, which I don't know a whole lot about. I have a very, rudimentary understanding of music. I do understand dance, and so I will probably reference that a lot to try to help myself make sense about music. And you're probably wondering, why are you talking about it then, Jennifer? Well, God really showed me something the other day. And it kind of goes along with last week. I think we all need a timeout. And we need to stop and just kind of pull back from everything and take a little look around at what we're really looking at. And this is the best way for me to explain that. There's songs that we all know. And, you hear them on the radio, whatever. You've sung them in church a million times. I don't know. Just different things like that. But I think every, how do I say this? Again, I told y'all this is going to be some of this is going to be tough for me. There's different arrangements to songs. I know that they've had that when you're watching one of American Idol or The Voice or something, they kind of take a song and change it to fit their style or something like that. That's kind of a different arrangement. Okay. So if you are visiting churches, let's say, that's just going to be my example, and you're used to your church singing a song a certain way, and you are in a different service and you were singing that song loudly, but you still sing it in the arrangement of your church's song. Does that make sense? I'm really sorry if I'm butchering the way this is for all you music people. But do you know what I mean? I'm just going to say there was somebody behind me. They were singing the song and they have a beautiful voice, but they weren't singing it in the same way as the people on the stage were singing it. So it was a little distracting. That has nothing to do with anything. I mean, it does not matter that it was distracting to me. You know what I'm saying? They had a beautiful voice. They were singing well, all those things. But in that moment, God said, you need to make sure that you are singing along with my arrangement of the song, not your arrangement, not the way you think it should be sung, but make sure that you're so tuned in to my rhythms and my music and my arrangement that you can follow it with me. Because, if this person wasn't singing the song wrong, they weren't making up their own words, they weren't, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't right. And I say this to the kids at the studio a lot of the times too. I'm like, you're not doing this step wrong. Everything is technically correct about it, but you're not executing it the way I've asked you to execute it. You've got, there's a hold here. There's an emphasis here. There's, it's not necessarily wrong, but it's not exactly what I've asked you to do either. And so in that moment, God was really saying to me, I need you to make sure, and we're in a time for all of us that we have got to make sure that our eyes are on Jesus, that we are looking to Him as the conductor, and as the lead of where to move and how to sing and how the arrangement goes and all those things. Speaking of the terms of in the lead, in dance, that's when you're, I'm not great at, I don't, tripping over my words here. That's a common theme at Refuel as well. But I don't do great with partner dancing as far as I can't stand ballroom dancing. I mean, some of it's beautiful to watch, but I don't have any desire to learn it. Back in the day, I did love to go do some two-stepping and learn all that cool stuff. But I literally couldn't learn it. Because if I learned it, I had a really, really hard time letting someone else lead. And in that, in that instance, you really need the man to lead. That's what his job is. That's how that works. And so I understand that part, you have to be really in tune with your partner, because if you're looking at them and so concentrated on them that you feel the little nuance of a barely there shift in their movement that you can pick up on and know that, okay, well, this turn's about to come, or, this dip, or this, a lift, or just different things like that. But it's not like they're saying, hey, I'm getting ready to turn you. Hey, we're about to do a lift. It's not like that. You just have to be so in tune with the person that you're dancing with that you pick up on these little nuances. Well, that's the same when we are in this walk with Jesus, that we have to be so fixated on Him that we pick up on those little nuances to know that, oh, okay, the rhythm's about to change. Okay, well, we're entering into this something different here. Okay, you want me to stop and pray for this person, hug them, just whatever. That we have to have our eyes so fixed that we understand what is coming without, getting hit on the head, I mean, because believe me, Jesus will do that too. He will knock you upside the head and say, hey, are you paying attention? And that's true of this, the arrangement of the song that He is wanting us to sing. We have to be so in tune with Him that we hear the key changes and again, I don't know all the things about music, but that we understand the arrangement of the song may not be like the way we've always sang it. And we have to be willing to give up our version of that and to sing it the way he's wanting it sung. Now is the time for that. This is how we become a people that is bringing the kingdom to earth. We look at nature and we can see that God has built in, like he has these transitional times, because we don't go just from dark to light or light to dark. There's dawning and there's a dusk. There's that in between time. And a flower doesn't just go from no bloom to a bloom. There's a bud. Mary was in transition while she was pregnant with Jesus. David was in transition while hiding in the wilderness before being crowned king. Noah was in transition while he was building the ark. And there's so many times we can find that in the Word of God. And that was those times for Mary, for David, for Noah. They had to really adjust and to really have their eyes focused on Jesus and really shift that the arrangement of the song to really to really understand the nuance of the dance that was coming, to go into those places, for Noah to start building the ark, for David to hide out in the wilderness, for Mary in her pregnancy. But that place, that adjusting of their song, that transition, it broke open a place for the new. It broke open a place for Jesus to enter the world, It broke open a place for David to become king and to bring in the ark and to rebuild the tabernacle. And it broke open a place for the world to be basically rebirthed with Noah and his family. But our eyes have to be on Jesus for us to understand the entering into that transitional time, and to be a part of a breaking open a place for the new. I hope I've given you something to think about today, to really ponder on and to really look at this song and this dance in your life right now, and where you stand in that with Jesus. Are you looking to him, or are you singing over the song that he's trying to write for you? Are you trying to take the lead, and are you missing the steps? Are you missing the little nuances for the turns and the dips and the lifts? Or are you in tune with that? Are you so looking at his face that you are hitting all those right notes and the changes in the arrangement of the song? Are you seeing all the nuances of preparing for lifts and dips and turns? Where are you on that walk with him and this transitional time in our lives of bringing the kingdom here on earth? I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please let me know. You can email me on jennifer@refuelwithjennifer.com. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Let me know what you're thinking and what you're feeling and how this is influenced. Maybe how a different look at the world we're living in right now, and how maybe this is, I don't know, it's certainly opening my eyes in a different way and helping me to get excited about this new season and what God's doing. So let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.